Hi, this is Water and Air 1111. Thank you for watching another video of mine. Thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel and to my videos, and to everyone who's been getting personal readings. If you are interested in a personal reading, the link to my website is in the description below, as well as the link to my Instant Go if you just need a few tarot cards to answer your question. Excuse me. So I hope you all have been doing well. Trying to think of the energies. I've just been still studying with the signs for everything, and I just had a really super crazy dream last night. It was very weird. So let me know in particular if you had strange dreams last night. Like, it involved work, it involved random people I don't know, it involved my twin. It was all strange. So I don't know if something in particular is going on, if other people experienced that, particularly last night. But yeah, let me know how you guys have been doing in the comments. This is going to be kind of a midweek energy reading, and I'm just going to shuffle and see what comes through, and then we can just kind of move from there. I did want to start off though by using my Heal Yourself reading cards. I haven't used these in a while, and for some reason I was just feeling like I want to start off this reading by looking at this and then go from there. So let's see. Twin Flame Collective, what is going on? And look at that. Dreams. Discover your life purpose. And if you just seen the Divine Feminine reading I posted, it aligns with that very much. Okay, so we'll get one for the masculine, one for the feminine. So one for the Divine Masculine, one for the Divine Masculine. Ooh, okay. Rejection. So Divine Masculine may be going through a lot of self-doubt, which I think is something I've been picking up on the last few readings anyways, but they may be going through, and I feel like it's a self-rejection as well. They're going through a lot of doubts, a lot of fears around being rejected again, fears of not being good enough again, fears of like weighing the pros and cons of their success rate, basically, especially towards their Divine Feminine. They're like, is my Divine Feminine going to reject me or not? Bottom of the deck is Beauty, so I feel like Divine Masculine may be looking at their Divine Feminine and looking at how beautiful and appealing they are, and feeling like, man, if I think about what's happened, am I going to get rejected based off of our history, based off of possibly what I've done and whatever's occurred between us? Is it going to be surmountable, basically? It's been a long time, a lot of feelings, a lot of hurt. And I said Divine Masculine looking at the Divine Feminine, and I don't know if you can tell, but like in the very corner, there's a painting of a guy looking in her direction. So that's quickly for the Divine for the Masculine, and we're going to do the Divine. Okay, Divine Feminine. This one came right out. Patience. Okay, so Divine Feminine is trying to be patient. Patience is a virtue. Patience can be difficult, but Divine Feminine is in their mind thinking, trying to reflect, trying to be patient, trying to like look at the surroundings, think about life. But at the end of the day, some Divine Feminine may be reflecting on the Divine Masculine, reflecting on past times. This woman, she almost looks like she's in like a ball gown or a wedding dress or something. So it's like trying to patiently wait and be ready and be kind of have your A game on in terms of how you look and how you dress and how you feel, but it's like it's still not go time. So you're really in kind of preparation mode. It's like you're ready for the green light. You're ready for the appearance of the divine masculine, but still needing to be patient. You may also be reflecting and looking at gifts that you've had gifted to you from your divine masculine right now. Bottom of the deck is dreams. Okay, so you may also be experiencing intense dreams, thinking about what you dream and what you wish to happen with your divine masculine. And then that may make it a little bit difficult sometimes to feel patient because the dreams are vivid, the dreams are out of this world. So that was just a quick cards at the beginning, but now let's get into the main reading. So I will actually just keep these on the table. I don't know if you can see them. They're out of frame a little bit, but I'm going to keep them on my table. So let's see what else is going on. And these could be either for the masculine or the feminine. I will see how it's happening and clarify from there. Wow, you guys, look at the first card. We got faith. So that was the first one. Interestingly, I'm going to keep shuffling, but the bottom of the deck for that is a Four of Cups. So I think I will do it like this. Divine feminine and masculine collective. Palace of Cups. King of Swords. Wow. Justice. And I will stop there. So I'm going to there. So now you can see them. And I usually read this deck reversed depending on like how I'm feeling, but everything is actually upright because for some reason I was like, these are also supposed to be upright this time. Okay, so the first card that we got was the Faith card. So this is the right here. So with the Faith card, I feel like right now, either you or your divine counterpart is trying to keep the faith. And the reason I say this trying, because in this card, this guy is like clenching his wrists, almost like they're praying to God, praying to the universe, saying like, okay, I really want this to happen. If you let this happen, if you make this happen for me, then I promise I'll do X, Y, and Z. I'll be a better person. I'll be a better me. I'll treat this person better. I'll do X, Y, Z, whatever. And they're trying very hard. And also the man in this card is an older man. So I feel like whoever's energy this is, they're quite, like they've been at it a while. They're either feeling tired of their own journey or tired of their situation. Tired of hoping or tired of just everything of their environment. But they are still holding out hope. Hope that something will happen. hope that something in them will change, hoping that their situation will change. Now, the bottom of the deck for that was the Four of Cups. And this Four of Cups is literally looking up at this Ace of Cups, hoping like, man, I hope I can have this relationship. I hope I can have this love. I hope that someone will make me this offer, or that I can offer this to someone, because I'm not happy in my environment. And they're having faith that they'll be able to change their situation. So let's get some clarifying cards for this. And I feel like, again, this could be for the Divine Masculine or the Divine Feminine, depending on your situation. So what is this Faith card about? Now we have Eight of Swords reversed. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords. So I feel like this Faith card, someone's hoping for a conversation to happen. Someone's hoping either that someone will be able to come forward and speak the truth, whether that's themselves or the other person. So let's get another card. Why is this Eight of Swords reversed? King of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Swords. I still feel like this could be the Divine Feminine or Masculine, because I feel like from the, someone's hoping that either themselves or someone else will gain the courage to gain the courage to speak a truth, right? Gain the courage to address something head on. So let's use this deck. So why is this Four of Cups here? Why is this sadness here? Okay, Knight of Pentacles reversed. And the bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands. So this Four of Cups is here. Yeah, King of Wands reversed. Bottom of the deck is the Star reversed. So this could definitely be both people, but I feel like this is the Divine Masculine right now. Like the Divine Masculine is in this Four of Cups mode, looking up, being like having faith, looking up, looking at this Ace of Cups, being like, man, I'm not happy with where I am now. I want this Ace of Cups. And the reason I'm not happy right now is because I didn't put in a dedicated effort towards something. I didn't put in a dedicated effort to make this Ace of Cups. I was in and out. I was not focused. I wasn't focused on achieving my goals. I wasn't focused on healing and making things a positive, stable situation. And so now I'm trying to have faith. I'm trying to hope that I'll be able to kind of get out of my own way and address the situation head on. But I don't know if it's going to work out. And going back to this rejection card we got before, fear of rejection, fear of not being able to be received positively. So why was this Knight of Pentacles reversed? Judgment. So it's like this person, the Divine Masculine, they're sad that they didn't make the offer before, and they're wishing that they had. They're wishing that they had this Ace of Cups now, because before they were in and out. They weren't stable. They didn't channel the energy correctly. They left their Divine Feminine behind. They left this situation behind. Page of Wands reversed. They didn't give to it. Again, they were in and out. They weren't consistent. They left the situation behind instead of offering this Ace of Cups. So now they're like, man, I really wish I had it. And I'm trying to have faith that things will work out in the right way. Trying to have faith that you know, if I'm supposed to move forward, that I can get out of my own head and come in with a clear plan and achieve my goal. And why is this 8 of Swords reversed? Why is this 8 of Swords reversed? Okay, 4 of Swords reversed, 4 of Pentacles upright. So this person is literally needing to release things. They're needing to get out of their own head and release their feelings, release their emotions, start taking action. But they've been in this kind of non-active position for a while where they've been hanging around. They've been in their mind again, just thinking about things. And even the Hanged Man in this card is like just dangling there and covering his eyes and just thinking. So Divine Masculine is definitely like trying to get out of his own way, trying to have faith that he or she will be able to get out of their own way to approach their Divine Feminine, who they left behind before. And now they're looking at this Ace of Cups like, man, I wish I had this Ace of Cups, but I didn't put in an effort. I was in and out. I was inconsistent. I didn't have a pure vision for what I wanted, and I left it behind. So let's go to the second set of cards. So Palace of Cups, King of Swords. So with this Palace of Cups, this is about being in a situation where you're emotionally happy, where you're emotionally balanced, and not just emotionally happy like everything's going your way, but like you're balanced to the point where you can deal with any instability in emotions in an appropriate way. It's like being able to be that mature kind of adult who's balanced, who has everything together in that type of sense. And I feel like whoever this is with this Palace of Cups, it's like, I feel like this is the environment you're wanting to create. You're wanting this Palace of Cups. And with it being clarified by this King of Swords, it's like having learned lessons, having dealt with issues of the past, having dealt with your own behavior and behaviors of anyone else you're dealing with. It's like it's putting you into a state where you're more emotionally balanced, where you're emotionally able to deal with, able to deal with different situations head on. Also with the Palace of Cups, I feel like you have literally been like, it's like making the time to deal with your emotions. It's like living in your emotions, dealing with all of the things, anything lower level as well as the higher level things, and learning the lessons from there. Also, you may have been getting, and I always talk about, you know, I'm getting lots of signs and synchronicities, but it's like getting dreams, realizing the depths of your emotions and the lessons that you learn from them. Because again, you're faced it head on. You're like, I'm ready to deal with this. So let's see, what is this Palace of Cups about? Temperance. Yeah, it's like you are balancing yourself. This person is like living in their emotions and not in a way where they feel overwhelmed and like overrun They're dealing with their emotional depths, their emotional wounds, and getting to a better place by taking the time to do that. You're getting to this balance. Bottom of the deck for this is the Page of Swords. So you may be communicating people, having some heart-to-heart conversations. You may be doing this with your Divine Masculine, but I feel like in general you're communicating with people based on the emotional realizations that you're having. And it's getting you to a more balanced place. And for the people who are you not able to communicate with, you're just kind of going through it on your own and kind of having closure. And I feel like I already felt this is connected more to the Divine Feminine, but I feel like this is like a lingering from some things this person may have experienced from the last eclipse, from this past weekend. So why is this Temperance card here? Six of Pentacles reversed. So there were things that were out of balance from an emotional point of view, some lessons that you needed to have learned that you hadn't learned before. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords. So there were things that you had not dealt with, that you had emotional blocks that you were just dealing with, that you weren't going, you were just kind of patching it over instead of opening it up and taking a look and addressing it head on. So let's look at this King of Swords. What is this King of Swords about? Yeah, the Strength card reversed. So, and we have the Tower as the bottom of the deck. So with this King of Swords reversed, like I already said, it's this person dealing with their emotional issues head on, having clarity in like objectivity, looking at whatever these wounds were that are being brought up to be dealt with, and looking at actions you've made as well as actions that other people have made that contributed to the kind of final outcome. And again, it's like you're no longer avoiding things. You're no longer kind of wincing and being like, I can't deal with this. Something shifted for you. And we have the Tower card. So it's like you've had some type of realization that, you know what? There are things that I need to deal with. There are things that cannot continue. So why is this Strength card in reverse? Why is this Strength card in reverse? Seven of Pentacles reversed and the Three of Cups upright. Now, I already said this was for their Divine Feminine, I felt, and this is connected to their post-eclipse reading as well. So you're realizing that it's time to stop playing around, to stop avoiding things, to stop feeling like you can't deal with the situation. It's time to be honest. It's time to be in that kind of soul-searching mode, to be like, okay, what is the truth? What is the situation really? The Empress, it's time for you to start being in your true power. It's time for you to start a new chapter, for you to get balanced. Like I already said, to get balanced, but for you to have your energy balanced, to be ready to take action, to be ready to start something new. You've got to balance the things that are not balanced. So again, it's like if there are things that you have not been dealing with, be honest with yourself. You don't need to like necessarily broadcast it to the world, but look within and, you know, have those moments of clarity within yourself, writing it down, whatever. So why was this Seven of Pentacles upright? Ooh. And we got a lot of cards, so I'm going to shuffle again. So why was the Seven of Pentacles here? Page of Cups reversed. So it's like it was like I already said, these are emotional blockages that I'm talking about. So there was a time where you didn't want to deal with a situation that made you feel emotionally hurt because maybe you gave a little bit too much to a situation or it didn't work out in your favor and it made you feel off balance. But after you figured out that it made you feel off balance, you didn't deal with it. You were just kind of sitting around like, well, whatever. Or not whatever, but just kind of not dealing with it head on. There was imbalance that you weren't dealing with. But now again, it's like time to deal with that head on. And again, I don't want to say that this is exclusively for the divine feminine. I'm just picking up more of that energy. It can definitely be for either the feminine or the masculine, all of these cards. Okay, so let's go to the last card, which, speaking of the Justice card that we just got, we have Justice. So this energy is about, achieving that balance. Yeah, maybe certain things haven't been dealt with in the past, but now we're making a concerted effort, a decision to balance. I mean, the woman in this card, she's closing her eyes and she's holding up the scales. She's trying. She's putting in a lot of effort, and she's wearing armor. So it's like she knows that it's going to be difficult making some changes, making some balance in her life, because balance in balancing these scales, leaving things behind, it's not easy all the time. You have to kind of make a game plan for it. You have to protect yourself. You have to be ready for the pushback that you're going to receive. You're going to have to be ready for the quote unquote consequences of getting into balance. It's like when, and I feel like I've heard this by other videos and stuff, it's like when you're kind of quote unquote get on the spiritual path, or just become more self-aware and sensitive to the fact that, that you have a higher purpose. It's something that you can't shut off. You can't go back to sleep again. So more and more things may start becoming apparent to you, may start bothering you. And so when you start to take action on those feelings and those intuitions that you're having, it's not going to go perfect. Because just because you are on your path doesn't mean someone else is directly in the same point in their own journey right next to you. They could be a mile behind you. They could be going through their tower moment. They could just be completely clueless. So making the effort to balance things in your life, especially the karmic things, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. So that's why sometimes I say with the divine masculine, I said a few weeks ago, compassion is needed. We all remember when we're at that point in our life when we were figuring out, like, what do these numbers mean? What do these signs mean? Why do I see this person's name, or why do I see a certain number so much? When you start living that life and aligning your inner kind of spirituality to your outer environment, these changes are not always easy to make. And it takes time. So again, that's why we should be, compassionate and patient, even though it's so hard, and I can be very impatient just like everyone else. But it's why these things take time. So I didn't mean to go off on that one, but that's what I'm getting for that card. And underneath it, it's the Palace of Swords. So it's like when we get to that place where we start to have those true, honest conversations with ourselves, and we deal with our own thoughts, and we deal with the reality of who we are, the inner workings of our mind, we realize there's certain changes we have to make. There's certain thoughts, certain patterns that we need to balance with our outer kind of 3D environment. And it can be a struggle. So let's get a card for the Justice card. So why is this Justice card here? What is this about? Four of Cups reversed. So it's about, like I said, excuse me. Like I said, it's like once you realize that you need to align your inner self to your outer environment, making those changes is hard. So now this person has decided, I don't want to be unhappy, unsatisfied with my environment. I want to be happy and satisfied with it. So I have to make changes, but I have to make an effort, and I have to kind of keep my eye on the prize, or keep my eyes closed and just think about what it is I'm trying to do, and not look around me and get affected by other people who are going to throw my scales off balance and throw me off of where I'm supposed to go. And look at that. Justice again, because this is about balancing ourselves. It's about balancing inner and outer, about staying on track, not getting distracted, not getting impacted by those around us. And we have the Lovers. So for some of us who this card, this energy kind of resonates with, making this balance in your life, you know that it's going to impact your twin, you know that's going to impact your divine counterpart. And yeah, that may be part of the reason you're doing it, but I feel like more than that, it's about this inner knowing that you have about what you're supposed to be doing. And yeah, it may have secondary effects on your twin, but it's more about that higher effect of kind of the spiritual being that you are. But there are going to be impacts for your twin. Bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles, so it's you trying to take control. Especially for Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine still coming out as, you know, an earth sign to me, like it's been pretty consistent for me for that. So I feel like with this King of Pentacles, it's like trying to take control of the situation. Some Divine Masculine may be working on making changes in their own life so that they can come and have balance with their twin. Why is this Lover's card here? That's reversed. So yeah, some Divine Masculine are trying to balance things in their own life and change things in their environment so they can feel happy, because they're wanting to get towards their twin, because they're wanting to kind of resurrect things, resurrect the separation they've been dealing with. They're wanting to come in, they're wanting to ride in with an offer to say, this isn't quite over yet. So why is this Palace of Swords here? And I just saw 3223. I don't know if some of you have been seeing 23 a lot, and I just got half the deck on the floor. Yeah, so I don't know if some of you have been seeing like 23, the number 23 frequently. Why is this Palace of Swords? So we have the Tower reversed. So some of you, and I'm just going to go ahead and say Divine Masculine, have, sorry about that, some of you Divine Masculine have recently or just already gone through some type of Tower moment. And so now, kind of dealing with the fallout from that, you've been really in your mind, really sorting out your thoughts, sorting out your thought process, what's in your mind, and realizing that things need to shift in your life. Bottom of the deck is the High Priestess. So along with this Tower moment, part of the things you've been realizing is you haven't been listening to yourself. You haven't been listening to like how your inner intuition about how you feel, about what you should be doing. So what is this Tower reversed about? So we have the Two of Swords reversed and the Three of Swords reversed. So with whatever this Tower moment is, it's like almost forced you to make a decision, or it's for some type of shift. So you either had to make a decision, or a decision's been made for you, and it's pushed you or guided you strongly into a situation where you're no longer hurting. So I feel like, let's see, underneath the Three of Swords reverse is the Hermit, reverse, Temperance, upright, Five of Swords reverse, Queen of Cups reverse, Seven of Cups reverse. So I feel like it's almost like a situation has been reversed, a decision has been reversed. So if you were in a situation where like a karmic person was sticking around, it's like something's happened, something shifted, and that situation has ended. The decision has been made for you. Your hand was either forced or that person's hand was forced, but it's like shifted and it's ended. So it pushed you into a state where you're no longer feeling sad or upset about the situation. But now in the aftermath of it, you are in your thoughts thinking about yourself, thinking about your life, realizing that things aren't, certain other things need to change in addition to this Tower moment that happened. Yeah, and we have the Justice card. You're needing to balance things. Bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. So some of you, like I said, certain karmic things ended. So it could have been a relationship, like a marriage. It could have been just something you were committed to, a close friendship or family relationship that was needing to be balanced, that was needing to be dealt with. The thing is with the Justice card, it's not just about balancing the karmic scales and getting balance in your life. It's about speaking a truth while you do so. This is a Libra. This is still an air sign. She still has a sword there. And this one, the sword is on her armor. There's still clarity of mind here. That's allowing this balance to happen. Five of Swords reverse, King of Cups. So I really feel like a situation was forced to end, whether you, divine masculine or feminine, whoever this resonates with, whether it was your hand forced or the person you were dealing with, their hand was forced, and it led to this ending. And this ending led to more thought on your part, more thought of your own emotions, more thought of your own actions, and what are the things in your environment needing to be dealt with. So again, we have the Moon, those inner emotions, those inner feelings. Ten of Swords, the end of a situation, needing to balance things. So that is your reading, masculine and feminine. So let me know in the comments what resonates with you. Again, from the beginning, we had masculine dealing with rejection, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough, not wanting to be rejected. And we had the divine feminine with patience, needing to be patient, maybe having struggles doing so, and trying to be ready, but still being almost like anxious, or still being like, when is it happening? You're ready to go. Regarding your divine masculine. But yeah, let me know in the comments if this resonates, how you guys have been feeling. And if you're interested in reading, my website's in the description below. Again, I'll be stopping for a while my divine messages from your divine counterpart reading. So if you're interested in that, do get it this week. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.